Today we're going to have a quick look at Omni Localization, i.e. how we translate the user interface of Omni to different languages. There are a number of user interfaces to Omni, but the primary ones are web client, EV2, where we do the configuration, the OmniGo mobile application, and the touchscreen, the EDP display panel. Each of these can be translated by the customer, and we're going to go through the steps of how to do that. If I have a quick look at the web client, as you can see here, the login screen has got some flags underneath. This is all achieved by the customer, so the partner in this case can add languages as needed. So if I, for example, look at the French and I go log in, I'll see I'll have the French interface. If I log out now and I go back to English and I log in, and I'm going to have the English interface. That's for the web client. Some of the languages have already been translated by some of our partners. They may be willing to share those files, the translation files, or not. In any case, you can certainly do the work on your own and within a few hours have the Omni interfaces translated. So how do I achieve the translation? We have these files. For the web, they're JSON files that are stored in this folder here. So if I go to ccentrac, Omni, server, data, the www root where the web pages are stored, and then there's a folder called translation. And the English is, of course, the English translation, which is the default, which is shipped with the product. The EV2, the files are located elsewhere under server data translation. In OmniGo, we've got these JSON, OmniGo text JSON file that can be used to translate. That needs to be sent back to us and we'll add it to the product. But basically, based on the language of your Android or iOS operating system, you will get the appropriate language. We have an application that is used to translate the web client and EV2 strings, or you can just open up the files yourselves and translate them. So if I have a look at, for example, these are the files for the EV2 and these are the files, the English folder for the web. These, as you can see, they're called JSON and these have extension INI. So if I look at the alerts view, just open it up quickly, I'll see I've got this header and then I've got the strings themselves where each string has a name, an ID, and the actual string. So one option is that you can, of course, do this manually using a text editor. Remember, you need to also update the app name and the description. The other option is running the Omni or Iris translator utility. And here it is. It's found under the utilities folder in Omni. And the nice thing is here is that you've got this ability to, okay, it shows you the text and then you could type in the translation and hit OK, and then it'll bring it straight to the next one, etc. And you'll keep going, and that's the way you can quickly translate the texts, the strings. What you do here is you place the path of the English folders here, then you chose which one of the files you want to edit, okay, and then it brings up all of the strings, double click on the first one, and off you go. And then it will create the file in the destination folder which you set. Before you begin, you say, okay, I want to now create a interface for French, then you enter in here French and you press set, and then from then on in you're editing the French files. Yeah, once you're done with that, then for the web you need to update also the languages.json file, which is located in the www root translation folder, and add whichever languages you are. You have to add a flag so that they appear in the login screen. The flag, if I go here and have a look, let's go look at, take the German for example, and I have icon.png, and that'll be the flag icon. Back up your work and save your files so that after the next upgrade you'll be able to copy them back. And when you translate the EV2 client, then you need to update the client INI file that contains the language of choice. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks a lot.